I know you don't smoke weed. I know you. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Yo, it's your boy Big Ev, aka the Double Vodka Don, live in studio, New York City, Manhattan, with my co-host, Young Wayne Jetski, SoundCloud God. Screw. Producer Colin Cooper, the MVP of the podcast, and the ones and twos, we are 808s and Smoke Breaks. We're back. We're here in face-to-face.
I love being face-to-face.
Good mics.
Real good mics.
Great mics.
Not Zoom.
Not Zoom.
Not holding the camera phone up to my face. I can't believe I just said camera phone.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like a loser. My iPhone.
Camera is like one 1/100th of what your phone can do now.
Oh yeah.
That used to be a big thing, like 2007 camera phone. You get bitches.
Oh yeah. What was the first cell phone you ever had? And how
First
old
cell
were you?
phone my first cell phone ever was like
That was yours.
some Nokia like brick, but it wasn't even. I didn't even have color. It was in blue. Like the screen would be in black and white. And
yeah.
It was a night mode, and it had brick breaker, and I could send. I think just call. I don't even know if it had text. This was like 2007.
I had some shitty Motorola. That was like my dad's old work phone. I think, probably 07. I think I was in 7th grade when I got it.
What was the first phone you flexed? Mine was a Crazer, which was like a smaller version of the Razor. It was more sleek. I had a red, like cranberry Crazer, and that was the first one I flexed. I would text with T9 Word.
I had a chocolate.
Oh, those are hot.
I had I went from, I think I had a chocolate 2, and then I had the NV3.
Envy was a flex.
I had the NV3 for like 3 years.
Having a full keyboard was big.
I'm pretty sure I had the NV3 from probably the end of my freshman year of high school, or maybe like summer, sophomore year-ish, all the way to getting an iPhone like the middle of my senior year of high school.
Same exact thing with me. I didn't get an iPhone until like almost end of senior year of high school.
That was your first cell phone?
No, my first
No,
iPhone.
iPhone. Okay.
Because it was when I told the story and everything, when I got sent away. It was basically I came back and everyone had it was like, if you don't have an iPhone, you're in that 8-month span. I came back and it was like, if you don't have an iPhone, you're a fucking loser.
Because Blackberries were a thing right before the
Well,
iPhone.
see,
Everyone had
I
BBM.
missed the BlackBerry wave.
So did
I never had one. My family just didn't get me one. I just like didn't ask for one. Which that was the one thing I always felt like a loser for not having, because everyone could just BBM, and that was like you were
like ping for truth is. They would do all that shit.
like all that, and I just was not in on that. I never was a part of the wave. Never was a part of the culture. One thing that a culture phenomenon, if you will, that I missed out on.
I had the BlackBerry for a little bit.
I wish they were so bad.
They were awesome.
I
I would
in
still use it
school,
today.
like these-
I would start using a BlackBerry. I feel like the iPhone it's too much. Just at least I want to use my iPhone for the internet, for like everything besides actual phone capabilities, because like I have a million unread texts, and I almost want it to be like, I want to use my phone for things that make me smile and things that make me laugh, and like honestly answering text messages doesn't. I would risk I had like a random like either BlackBerry or maybe a whole nother iPhone on some rich shit for just my texts.
Yeah, my texting, my thirst for texting has definitely dried up quite a bit in the
100%.
last like probably 2 years. I feel like I was a big texter, and now I've definitely just went away. I'm just so over it.
I'm the person. See, I'm the opposite. I don't care for texting, but if you call me, I won't pick up.
Really?
It's like certain people, like my sister and my dad, like
Call for
if you
everything.
FaceTime, like I'll pick up, but like if it's anyone else, and all my really good friends know this too, which I don't understand why they still like call me this day, because I'll like ignore their call and then
Text
5 seconds later text them what's up.
Yeah, I'm a FaceTime guy too. If I'm gonna have like an intimate conversation, I'm a FaceTime guy.
Well, my thing is like I do the FaceTime with like close people that I know I want to talk with, but if my friends
Same.
call me, it's my way of like being able to think of an excuse. If then I text them and be like, what's up? And they're like, yo, you want to come here? And I'm like, oh, no, I can't. I got to do this now type of thing. So that's why I won't ever pick up
well, yeah,
calls.
there's those certain calls and those certain people that you kind of just know they're gonna like badger you.
Yep.
They're gonna just bother you, so you kind of just like not answer and then hit them with like the what's good. And it's like, it's funny because they know it. Like they know they're that person, because I guarantee you're not the only person that does
It's
that
like my
to
boy
them.
Sag. I love Sag. He's the man, but he FaceTimes for everything. Like, would rather FaceTime than send a text. Like, he'll call me, and I'll be like, why the fuck is he calling me at like 11:30 like a.m.? Like, what's going on? And I'll answer. He'd be like, yo, are you coming home this weekend? And I'll be like, no. He'd be like, all right, see you later. I'm like, why the fuck didn't you just text me?
Honestly, I kind of respect that though, because that's how, especially because he's like one of your best friends. That's how.
Because he knows I won't answer the text.
It's the quick though. Like I don't
Like
mind the quick ones.
He was like, I'm not texting Jetski,
Yeah.
so he can respond to me yes or no in like 7 hours. I'm FaceTiming right now. I'm gonna know the answer, and I'm gonna keep it popping, keep it pushing.
Shout out Sag. He knows
So
what
I
he wants to do.
respect that move, because that's how, like I said, that's how I'm with my close friends too. Either because FaceTime for me is like kind of like how Saj did it, where like a quick like bang bang, or it's one of those things I'm going to use when
like shorty, like your girl's not, she's back in the high right now.
Either talking to my girlfriend or close friends from like college that I don't do this with very often, but like maybe like my one good friend Baker, like maybe like once a month we'll FaceTime for like an hour.
Yeah.
And just kind of like catch up kind of thing. So like that's I think the only, but I do that when I say frequently and not like every single day, but I definitely like FaceTime. There's like a few people that like once a month or twice a month I'll FaceTime with for like 30 minutes at a time, like hour at a time, and just bullshit.
One thing I hate though, and I think this is what's turned me off from texting, is group chats. The like availability or accessibility to create a group chat now is a little too easy, and there's always like one or two friends I have that for anything, if like 5 people are coming over to watch a game or something, or like just to drink a couple beers, like he'll make a group chat like 2 hours before, like, all right, when's everyone coming, like what are you bringing, whatever. I'm like, yo, this is not necessary. A group chat should be if you're planning someone's birthday, if you're planning like a vacation, or if I'm trying to think one other, if you've committed a crime together and you need to figure out how to dispose of evidence. But that's probably stupid to be doing over text. But I don't think there's group messages should be used for anything outside of like planning events or parties.
I think that's fair. Because I'm lucky, I guess I'll say I feel blessed now that you've said that. I don't have a friend who's like Mr. like trigger happy on the group chat.
I have a couple.
Because I think we're so casual. We don't have anyone in my friend group that would be like, that's that like high strung and be like, oh, like what are you bringing? What are you bringing? Like, we're kind of all just showing up with alcohol and we're going to just drink it. And that's what's going to happen.
Well, I have one group chat with all of my friends from high school. Like it's in GroupMe and we all talk all day in it. And then people will go out of that group and then make separate group text messages. I'm like, motherfucker, we have this GroupMe. Keep it all like copacetic. Keep it in the one spot. And it's never really like we're talking shit about each other and making like separate groups to do things that and not everyone's involved in. So it just fucking boils my nuts when I see go back to my phone. I have 16 unread text messages. I'm like, what the fuck? I think the world is burning. And my buddies are just talking about when they're gonna go pick up Wingstop.
Yeah, it's tough. Because that happens too, where you get in these scenarios where you might be like, say you go down the shore and like you kind of end up in like a group chat, like a text group chat with like those 4 people.
That's okay. That's understandable. It's like a vacation.
And then those ones kind of, but for Seaside Nuts is very like casual. It's not like as vacation-y. But I get what you're saying, where it's more like a, like it's for that group. But then those group will kind of get like those group chats can get extended with like certain things. So then you end up in like 6 different group chats with like the same like 9 friends.
Yeah.
And there's like certain ones missing from ones and certain ones in others. And then because it'll be funny because then like say a group of like 5 you would be together and then one you'd be like, oh, like remember I sent you that, and the kid would be like, no, be like, oh, are you not in that group chat?
And then you feel like a dick.
And then you're like, oh, like you were like the one kid out of the 5 of us that was for some reason was not in that chat.
For breakfast, we have like must have probably 13 different group chats. I have group chats just me, Willie Large, me, Willie Large, Pat, me, Willie Large, Pat, Zaw, me, Willie Large, Pat, Zaw, Brandon, me, Willie Large, Pat, Zaw, Brandon, Rod, me, Rod, me, Rod, and Zaw. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm like, yo, we got to keep this in one spot. Like that's why I just stopped.
And Willie's got the fucking Android.
And and Willie got the green bubbles.
So yeah, so a green bubble is always just. It's just a damper on your chat.
No good. Can't be having fucking green.
The green is, especially with Willie. I'm like, dude, you have fucking millions of dollars. Get an iPhone, and he's like, fucking iPhone, man. iPhones suck. And I'm like, no, dude, your Android fucking sucks. I'm like, have you seen your Instagram stories, bro? They look like they're from 1984.
It looks like if you ever put stuff inside. Obviously, like everyone's used a microwave. It looks like you're looking at something inside a microwave. That's what his fucking camera is.
Looks like an NBA hardwood classic.
Yeah, exactly.
1973 NBA championship.
And then he's always
which the Knicks won, by the way.
When we were in quarantine, we would like try to create some type of content with like him at home, just like do videos. And he tried to text me and come out with Granny, and he'd be like, "No, we got to WhatsApp it." I'm like, "What the fuck is this, China? Like, were you in fucking what's the app they use in China?"
I think they
use WhatsApp, but they use WeChat. That's what it is.
WeChat, yeah.
That's what I felt like. I was communicating with people in fucking Wuhan. Shout out Wuhan. They're having. Did you see that video? They had a full on festival in a water park. People were like in a pool. DJs were performing. Like Wuhan's good now, and they started this.
So they knock COVID out. They kicked its ass.
Well, that's the beauty.
Or do they just not care?
That's the beauty of communism. Ask socialist Colin Cooper over here. No, I'm kidding.
Excuse me?
I'm kidding.
Did you say, like, side note, did you see that video of the wave pool with the dude riding in on the whale float?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was the funniest thing
But they're allowed to do that in China now, too. Like, China's good right now.
Vib said the other day on Lowering the Bar, shout out Lowering the Bar, watch that, World's Hottest Gummy Bear, but Vib said the other day, China is fucking eating our lunch right now.
Yeah, they gave us a virus and they just locked everyone down for 70 days. No more virus for them, and we're just fucking in absolute turmoil.
We're just bathing in it. just basking in COVID air.
Who would have thunk it? I thought China was going down when this all happened, but when you can weld people's doors shut and keep them inside their house, it's probably pretty easy to.
I was gonna say leadership is definitely a thing, but at the same time, that's more like dictatorship over there. Not that we're far off, but not to get into politics. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on onto the opposite side of the spectrum, porn. Our favorite topic. Not porn.
Yeah, not quite porn. I feel like everyone. If you listen to this podcast, you must be familiar.
You've touched your penis.
Yeah, well,
you touch.
You might have touched your penis listening to this podcast.
If you have DM me, I won't judge you. I just want to know.
I was gonna say not even that broad. I would imagine any male, the age of like 12 or higher, has touched his penis. I would say any male basically that's been born has touched his penis.
Yeah,
if he was blessed to have a penis. What I was gonna say. I feel like anyone that listens to this podcast.
The edibles are kicking in.
I was about to say.
Yeah, we all took a nice sizable edible before we came on.
Anyone who listens to this podcast, I would have to imagine, is aware of the Adam 22 interview this week with Selena Powell and with a young lady named Eliza. I was saying Eliza.
Aliza. I get maybe it's Eliza. Probably
open for interpretation until she corrects us.
Or slips up another NBA team.
Eliza. She basically Selena Powell. I'm not going to say dragged her on this podcast because she seemed pretty somewhat gung-ho.
Yeah, but this girl was like at a clout minimum before she came on this podcast this week. And Selena Powell, I think, wanted her to absorb some of the clout.
It almost seemed to me Selena had this she knew all of her stories and she kind of was like, yo, if you talk about this, you're going to be me. Yeah. You're going to be on my clout level. So I guess to fill in anyone.
So you're saying Selena Powell, Don King, this lady's OnlyFans career, essentially.
But I'm not going to say Don King because Don King stole all.
So we don't know yet if she
stole all Mike Tyson's money. If anything, she gassed up her career.
Well, Don King did gas up Tyson. I'm just saying.
She was the.
She oversaw.
She was. If anything, I would give her the hype as the Cus D'Amato.
Okay.
The one who did right by Mike Tyson, who was actually taking care of him and doing right by him until Don King fucked him in his ass.
Fair evaluation.
So I'll say she might be the Cus D'Amato who led her to her thought ways and said, hey, if you talk about these thought ways, aka Mike Tyson, if you train with me, instead of beating up kids in your neighborhood, start beating up grown men in a ring, you can make lots of money.
Start beating up grown men's cocks with your mouth.
Start sucking a lot of them and then talking about it on very highly syndicated airways.
Well, break it down exactly what she said. Because I'm sure everyone's seen this viral clip.
Yes, everyone has to have seen it. But basically, Eliza went on the podcast. She told a story on No Jumper with Adam 22 how she was in a hotel room. It was Memorial Day. I'm going to assume this Memorial Day, as in this past May. And she said she was having sex with someone on the team, or not on the team,
like a trainer,
someone who worked for the team, which she later said was the Suns.
Imagine it was the social media guy.
Yo, good for him, bro.
The meme commander.
So what she said was that he was. This person that's part of the team, hired by the team, was having sex with her. Then somehow, half the Suns roster stumbled into this room. So I don't know how it is.
Because this guy, while he was clapping her cheeks, was like, "Yo,"
because Adam 22 even said he asked he's like, "How did they just get in there?" He was, "I don't know, we at the hotel, they just came in," and she sucked all of their penises back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
And she was like, I was so tired, I fell asleep after.
She goes, it was lit.
She did say it was lit.
She sucked 7 cocks in a row, all members of the Phoenix Suns. She said Devin Booker was first.
She did say Devin Booker.
Not in the interview, I don't believe.
Tweets after,
but in a tweet or an Instagram reply or something after, she said Devin Booker was first.
Rightfully so.
Which I guess in theory that would technically mean he was second. Because he was after the guy who was fucking her.
Yeah.
So I'd say technically second. What a world.
What a world that you would just have the gall to announce this.
That's what I'm saying, because I think you see it. Well, this is what we were talking about on Balls for Breakfast this morning. I was on this morning. We talked about it some. And I think this is kind of what separates someone like them, like a Selena Powell and this Eliza girl who are just clout chasing thoughts over someone who, say whatever you want about someone like Lisa Ann, obviously did porn, all this stuff. I still find someone like her much classier.
100%.
Just in the way they carry themselves. And obviously we've kind of have gotten the pleasure of actually knowing her personally and seeing her around. She's a very nice woman, very well put together, very smart, carries herself very classily, even though like I said, you can say whatever you want about her. You can watch her suck dicks on camera, all that.
Yeah, but what Lisa has done was more of like, I feel like that's all about. She's about her business. Whatever you do at the end, that was her occupation.
With her, she's talked about how she has had sex with like a lot of athletes,
and she doesn't name drop.
Like on her own, like just for her own personal leisure. And she does not name drop. She never has. I think the only one she did, and it was sort of like by accident,
was John Sally, right?
That one.
She said that was the biggest dick she ever seen.
Yeah, that one. But then she also said, I think she said she has sex with Marcin Gortat, the Polish Hammer. He's actually not in the league anymore, but he was like a good center on the Wizards for a while.
Oh yeah, bald Russian guy, right?
Yeah, well, Polish.
Oh, Polish.
Hence the Polish Hammer.
That is that racist? The Eastern European guys ethnicity's wrong. They're white, so no, right?
I don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't think
racist.
I mean, yeah, you can't really like be white against. I mean, you can't really be like racist against white people. So I guess you can,
especially as a white.
You can, but it's like there's nothing like as a white guy. There's nothing you can say to me that like generally like in terms of just the color of my skin.
Yeah.
Like they can say they were like honky and like cracker, but it's like that doesn't offend. I've never met a white person that genuinely offends.
Honky's a funny word.
Yeah, it's just like no one's getting actually offended.
I've never even heard of that.
You ever even heard of honky?
No.
Honky's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's like technically like a slur for white people. But I mean,
like
I said, I've never met a white person.
I'm gonna see like
what
what the actual definition of honky is, like why people. You continue.
Yeah, but anyway, so she basically talked about how she sucked off all these guys. Then she even went on to say that she had been peed on by Trey Songz. This girl, and the crazy thing now, so following this, in 2 days, she's now made $60,000 off her OnlyFans. And keep in mind, this is why I will say that Selena Powell could be her customato. Selena Powell.
I think she's taking like a 2% vig on the fucking OnlyFans.
Doesn't even matter. She should. Honestly, she should. Yeah. Selena Powell makes $440,000 a month on OnlyFans. She has a $50 a month subscription fee, and she has 8,800 subscribers. That equates to $440,000 a month. That's why she is the customato and not the Don King, because she is out here getting her girl paid, not just stripping her naked of all the money she's ever made.
A month?
Well, $440 a month.
That probably skyrocketed a lot, I'm sure.
This is at her peak, but still, that's insane.
She's definitely making over six figures.
That's insane.
From her OnlyFans.
Oh, I'm making millions.
Millions, yeah.
Making literally, and we're talking like not like 1 million, like 4 or 5 million.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a breakdown where you could look at how much she's made per month for like the last year. I think this month she probably spiked up a lot.
So you're saying $445,000 a month,
but she hasn't.
Her subscription rate is $50 a month. She has 8,800 subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing $445,000 each month, it's
like
over. It's just over. It's almost $5.5 million.
Jesus.
$5 million.
I don't think it's sustainable. I think it'll tail off in like 3 months probably. Or
that's
maybe,
fine.
But still, like you're
I mean,
taking over $5 million in a year.
One of the craziest thing is that I just thought of someone like her. Obviously, I guess she's not the one in this case who sucked off half the Suns roster, but I would imagine she's done something similar at some point in her life, or she's fucked. She's definitely.
That's all Selena Powell does. She's like
definitely.
She says she fucks every rapper. You can't ever tell when she's lying or not. But she literally tried to like break up Offset and Cardi B. She photoshopped a fake sonogram and said that it was her and Offset's baby and posted it all over Twitter. Like, she's an evil, twisted bitch. Mind you, I guess she has a good business mind at the end of the day, but she also dated DJ fucking Academics, that fat.
No, but think about it like this. I'm saying think about it like this. She literally makes more money than like 90% of the guys that she's probably like fucking to get that she kind of like fucked to get to the top. Or
yeah, most rappers don't get that
like
for fucking one record deal.
To be like King Instagram thought, Queen Instagram thought. She literally at this point, at this juncture, makes more money than them.
Yeah.
Like in that lineup of 7 Suns players, I bet she makes as much money or more than at least like 3 of them.
For this month, definitely.
Booker, she definitely don't. Booker makes like he's like a 30 a year guy.
But like you don't know who the 8th guy, whoever like the last guy off the bench that was in that room, like he probably was. He could be pulling less than $1 million.
Yeah, I mean,
let's see. I'm looking at the Suns roster.
Yeah, look at the Suns roster. There's probably 14 to 15 players. So we're talking half the team essentially. See, the NBA's gotten so rich now that it's like more than half the team definitely makes over $5 million,
which is crazy.
Or it makes like $5 million. But I mean, there's got to be a couple on that list that legitimately makes less money than she does.
All right, Devin Booker's making fucking $27 million this year.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He's a lock.
So I don't know if all these guys are on.
Like Ayton's on his rookie deal still, so he probably only.
Kyle Korver was definitely not with them getting sucked.
Well, Kyle Korver's also on the Bucks now.
This is an old fucking. This is a 2019 roster. My bad.
Because you've got Booker, you've got Ayton.
Yes. Okay.
You've got like Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, my bad. I looked at the wrong. Looked at the wrong year. Let's see. I don't even know who is Cameron Payne. Is he in the bubble? He's making $196,000 a year. Is he with them?
No,
was he with them?
I think he's not even like on the active roster now.
Who'd you say is still on there? DeAndre Ayton is making 10
yeah,
million.
like Ayton. You've got Ricky Rubio. You've got like Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges, $4.1 million.
Like Frank, he's like a
Frank Kaminsky, 4.7.
So
maybe not. These guys are all breaded up. This is crazy.
No, but I'm saying think like 4.1. Like he makes more than that, or she makes more than that. I mean,
I don't know if she's gonna make that this year, but I guess
well, no,
in theory, yes.
In theory, at this rate,
so
she's making that. She's making literally NBA contract money on OnlyFans.
All right, so if she makes that this year,
5. So we'll give her.
We'll give her 5. She's 1, 2, 3, 4. She's the 6th highest paid player on the Suns.
Like so that would make it mathematically impossible that she did not suck someone's dick who makes less money than her.
No, but Shalina Powell wasn't the one sucking the dicks of the Suns roster.
Okay, you're right. But you're right. But regardless, it's almost like guilt by association. Like I almost feel like that she brought her on to talk about sucking these 7 dicks. She might as well have sucked them herself.
I'll take that. I have a question for you guys. It's gonna sound weird.
No, we haven't ever sucked 7 dicks, Jets.
No. But it's about this concept though. So where do you want to be? If you're one of the Suns players, do you want to be Devin Booker? Like if you're part of the team receiving the Suns.
I thought you were going to ask where do we want to actually be if we were going to get our dicks sucked.
That too. But where would you want to be on spots 1 through 7? Like would you want to be first person to get topped, last person to get topped? I don't know, second, third. Like what do you think?
First person.
That's the easy answer, but really think about it. Like because
then say
3, 4 she's going to be warmed
you gotta
up
say
and going.
besides the
7
first
she might
one.
be a little tired.
Well, I was gonna say
no, you can add the first one.
Well,
I'll go second then.
Well, I was gonna say 7. You're getting some lazy please just come so I can pass out neck. I almost think I think 1 is the easy answer, but I think 1 is also technically the right answer.
Yeah, obviously.
Because I think you're the I think a girl like her, I think she's had plenty of warming up. I think fucking Devin Booker drops his meat hanger.
She knows how to suck a dick.
Yeah, she's chomping at the bit to put that thing in the back of her throat. So I think 1, like I said, is the easy answer, but I also think it's the right answer.
I think 3. I think you want to be 3 because I think 1, everyone's looking at you when it's happening. Like everyone's staring at oh my god, she really they don't know if she's gonna suck all of them. You're the first one to get sucked. You don't know if you're just doing it by yourself.
I don't feel like this is like a bunch of 13-year-old kids oh my god, she's gonna do it. I think they all know what's happening.
I'm sure they've been a part of something like this before.
Yeah, but if I'm getting the most effective blowjob, I think by 2 you've accepted that everyone's getting one. Like all right, we're all gonna get our dick sucked, and then 3 she's really in her fucking element. She's probably got a sizable amount of spit worked up. It sounds gross, but I'm sorry. It's probably the best mouth temperature and environment for your
sizable amount of spit that's been on 2 other dicks.
Okay, at least it's not 6 other dicks, because 7 she's going to be all dry cotton mouth. I
never said I wanted 7. I said I wanted 1, and you shut me down.
I don't think the mouth is as wet for 1 as it is for 3.
Oh, give me a fucking break, dude.
I was obviously that she told us Booker was 1, and this is one of those situations where she has absolutely 0 true credibility.
Frank Kaminsky was fucking 7.
But I believe her. No, that's what I said. I want to know. I don't want to know who's 1. I want to know what savage was number 7.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee it's the gritty dude diving for loose balls.
And who just watched 6 of his boys nut in his bitch's mouth.
Taking charges. He just watches 6 of his teammates, his brothers, come in her mouth and said, "You know what? I'm bringing in the rear, guys. 1 more. She's got 1 more in her."
3, I also feel like it probably took 10 minutes to get to 3, maybe. If you're horny enough where it won't you can last that long, it won't gross you out. If you're 6 or 7, it's been 25 minutes.
Well, you also got to think you have to think one of those guys is going to get a little at least one of them is going to get the stage fright, or maybe he's not the quickest in the
maybe go soft.
You might catch one that lasts 30 minutes, and but then at that point it's almost if everyone else has came already, I feel like she almost feels this sense of just gotta get the nut, just gotta get the nut.
She's chasing the nut, chasing the bag.
It's almost like putting a better team in front of somebody. You know how say if you're gonna be the best, you gotta beat the best. Just saying you want to face like for example, like the Raptors, like people, I don't think anyone really does this, but you might take away from them for winning the championship without them having like Klay Thompson, Durant, yada yada. So she might take it as like, hey, this is like a challenge. Like everyone else, they just came in like 3 minutes. This guy's 10 strong. Like I'm getting this nut. Like I'm stepping up to the plate. Like I'm giving it my best. I'm giving it my all.
I think that if you're the guy who's, I don't think she is thinking like that. I think she's probably pissed off, and everyone else is probably like looking at this guy like a chump. Or maybe looking at her as a chump because you thought that she was like this guy to suck in the soul out of everybody, and then she had some issues. Like,
well, no, but that's what I'm saying. So she's got to look at herself in the mirror and dig deep.
I don't know.
Like she's got to be like, look, like it ain't this easy. Like just because you got 3-4 nuts off real quick, like that don't mean every nut's gonna be easy. Like LeBron going like tearing through the East, like first few series might have been easy 4-0 sweeps. So
this is like her.
You get to Eastern Conference Finals, you get to the finals. It's tough.
So
it's real out here.
This is like a highlight tape for her. Like she's like, I need to beat every level of fucking this, like of fucking Bowser's dick dungeon. Like I need to get through every.
Yeah, like I need like a quick nutter, like a long nutter. I need them all, every nut.
I disagree. I think she probably would have preferred to have them all minute 30 to 2 minutes.
Oh no, that's what she prefer. LeBron would have preferred to sweep everyone in the finals, sweep everyone, but that's not how it goes.
Good point.
Sometimes you lose a few, but you got to come back strong. You got to get that fourth win the series.
What does this say about us as like people that we just hear a story this girl tells could be completely false? No Suns have it confirmed or denied it. Like,
well, I mean that's not going to happen.
Okay, but in like at the end of the day, this could just be all a lie. I don't think it is.
I agree. No, obviously it could be. Like if you like gun to my head, do I think it's true? I do. True. I genuinely do.
Okay, so do I.
But could it not be real? Absolutely.
True or not, though, we just let this girl go on like a big. We didn't let her, but she went on a big podcast, and we all talked about it, like her just sucking off like 7 famous basketball players, and then we just essentially paid her $60,000 for it because her fucking OnlyFans blew up. Like, is this going to be a new trend now? Like, girls just going to share their thought stories, and then like they won't even be porn stars anymore. They're just going to turn into like OnlyFans celebs. Like,
oh yeah,
this girl's gonna cake off this.
This will definitely inspire some people for sure.
This is better than dropping like I'm thinking about it as someone who's making music. I'm like, trying to make music right now, trying to figure out ways to get like a record deal, and like she just basically like did something better than that. She got something better than a hit single, like a record deal. She just made fucking $60,000 off telling a story.
Oh, she just dropped an anthem.
She did drop an anthem.
Equated to music, she just dropped an anthem.
100%.
She might have just dropped like a border. She basically just dropped like a Mo Bamba.
She dropped a Mo
That's
Bamba.
what she
I won't
did.
say Old Town Road, but she definitely dropped a Mo Bamba.
She dropped a Mo Bamba.
She has Sheck West level buzz just off sucking a couple dicks, which is a crazy analogy to put it into, but that's kind of what she did.
No, this is because.
Do we respect the hustle?
Well, there's a few different levels I'll say of saying respect the hustle. I mean, if you're gonna go all in, sure, go all in.
Get your money, but
do I respect you as like a woman or even just as like a human being?
Nah.
No, of course
and
not.
And we respect women doing everything. Like
no, like I don't want to. I don't want to be the type. I don't want to be the type of person that shames. I think there are a lot of, especially guys in this world, that do want to like basically shame women for like say like a dude could be with like 4 times as many girls as like a girl has with guys, and like he's just like whatever, and then she's like
he's a player and she's a hoe.
Yeah, she's a whore.
I don't think this is that though. I think she's name dropping. And name dropping is not cool.
And it's not even just that. It's where Lard said on the radio too, where it's like where say a girl might have a phase in college where she just had like a whore phase for like 3-4 years, and then you see her 10 years later, she's got a husband, kids, and that like, and she might be a great mother, like the great wife, like doesn't cheat on him, like nothing like that. But you just had like you in your life have hooked up with a lot of dudes. You got over that and found a guy that you liked. This is way, way different than that. This is 7 in a row at like all at once is crazy. That's like a specific type of person.
Yeah.
To do it like to talk about it out loud like in public. It's one thing for it to happen and then just go to Thanksgiving dinner with your parents. Like no one knows that happened. Like you don't have to deal with like awkward family members, family friends, like just knowing this. You can kind of have like an innocent eye to it and just not like you don't know what's happening. What you don't know can't hurt you. That's a fact, essentially. If you don't know it can't hurt you. You don't know anything that's going on. But to have to say it out loud and talk about like, oh, it was lit, like I fucked, like, yeah, I just went to sleep after, just passed out. It was lit. Like, that's where, I don't know. It's like, I would like to think I'd be a good enough person and like hopefully becoming a father at some point in my life, and like that I wouldn't want to just abandon a daughter, and I still don't think I would, because I just don't think like my parents weren't like that. Like I did a lot of fucked up shit. They stood by me. I didn't suck 7 dicks in a row and talk about it on like a podcast that gets millions of views.
Also,
but
you also didn't eat 7 pussies in a row and like put it on like from a man's side of you. This would be like, I think, disgusting from a man too. Like a dude to just like air out a bunch of women that he like slept, like did some weird gangbang with. Like it's just a weird thing to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. That's really what it comes down to. It's just talking about it out loud. It's still the act of doing like that. Like that's such like just moving the goalpost back. It's one thing to even just get like double teamed or like, I don't know, like have like sex with like 2 dudes in one night, but to literally just like sit there and just like suck, just swallow every nut from like an entire, literally a starting roster and the 6th and 7th man on a basketball team, and then talk about it out loud. Like, in front of millions, not just talk about it out loud like amongst friends.
Yeah, that doesn't seem empowering to me. Like I don't think she felt empowered.
No, I don't. No, I can't imagine she would. And I couldn't imagine why she would.
But maybe she did, and maybe that's like the fucked up part about it. Like she like felt like she triumphed over now. Like now I'm gonna be famous because I just did.
Well, no, oh, she is. I mean, she basically now she will forever be the girl who sucked off the entire Suns roster. Like that will be who she is forever.
I feel bad like that this is gonna be like start becoming a trend. I really think that like more girls are gonna share stories and like I think OnlyFans is a really good thing. I think it's so dope that like girls who are maybe in porn and like weren't getting treated right can now like be their own boss, make money and shit. And people even aren't in porn just like posting bikini pics. I think it's fire. Like you should get paid for that shit if you're gonna post on Instagram anyway. I don't want like young girls to just like not go to fucking like college and shit because like goddamn I could just play with myself online.
Oh, Jetski's so concerned for all the young girls.
But like seriously, it's not like that's not gonna.
And I didn't mean that in like a pedophilia joke. I meant like, oh, Jetski, please girls go out there and get that college education.
Well, I'm just saying, by the time you're like 29, 30, think gravity's just gonna start coming into effect, and you're not gonna be able to get that same fucking OnlyFans fingering bag that you would have been able to get, 5 years ago.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
There's a market for everything. I'm really cool. I almost think like every girl should have this, but not show their face. And then if there would be so many options, everyone would be making money, but like it would never be able to tie. Like no face girl has it completely figured out. That's what I would do.
But now it's hard for someone to do that because it's like, oh, you're just copying No Face Girl.
I guess so, but no one else.
I agree with you in the sense that I think it'll be a shame if this becomes like a trend of just like doing this crazy shit and then just outing people, because I feel like you hear from so many porn stars, even not just least like other people that hook up with like athletes and stuff like that, but they usually don't, almost never name drop.
And and Selena Powell, I feel like is one of the first to really do this on a large scale, and she wasn't like even this like little blip or this viral moment like is putting her in the forefront of like everyone knows who she is in the rap world, but now it's putting her in the mainstream media. Like she was the really only one doing this. Now she got this friend doing this. Like I think it's a dangerous thing to start fucking around.
Well, see, it's because I think so many girls
business.
So many girls are doing it, but not so many girls are doing it and then making like a big public thing out of it. So that's where I agree. Like that's where I see that coming, I think, in the future.
Basically,
because when you just see as a girl, if someone who did something similar to this, because I'm sure there's a ton of girls who have sucked off like multiple guys on teams, football teams, basketball teams, baseball teams, whatever.
Yes.
Like but not getting a bag from it, just getting like a luxury night. Like maybe you got got taken out to a crazy dinner, got to stay in some like super extravagant hotel kind of thing, whatever. But when you see this and you see someone like her who's like all of a sudden $60K 2 days, that's a salary. That's a year's salary in 2 days.
It's a lot more money than a lot of people in this country
That's
make.
what I'm saying. So when you see that, it's like you
can't hate it, I guess.
It's almost not that you can't hate it. I think it's almost it would be crazy to not expect some girls to attempt to follow suit.
I agree. 100%.
I think that's what it's going to be.
How do you think like Devin Booker and the Suns feel? Do you think they're snickering to themselves and kind of laughing about this? I bet some of them probably have girlfriends that they're not happy about. I'm sure this did not go over well in Sun. Initially, maybe it was funny, but I think it might be causing problems to the Suns.
I think there's they left enough plausible deniability saying 7, because there's 14, 15 guys on the team, so it can always be like baby. It wasn't me. Like it was only
Devin Booker can't.
Yeah. Yeah, but even then, there's enough. If I'm them, I'm like, yo, you believe this fucking thought?
Oh my God, his contract is He has 158 million guaranteed on his contract. Is that true?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, what's his name? What's the biggest
Yo, the
one?
entire cap is 196.
I mean, Steph
Well, he doesn't
Curry.
have that.
Steph Curry's was over like 200.
That's a lot. I totally read that wrong.
I mean, Bryce Harper with 330. Garrett Cole's was like 3.
I feel like, but
15 or something
basketball
like that.
players are all young dudes who get breaded up as fuck. I feel like,
Well, yeah, because someone
Crazy
like
how
a
young
Devin,
these guys
Devin
are.
Booker's like
23.
23, yeah, with that kind of bread. So, but I mean,
I think NBA too is probably the #1 sport in cheating on your spouse.
oh, easily. You're in a different city every night. You kidding me? They got bitches in every single city.
that's I mean,
No, it is everywhere,
They just
but I think, like,
they just travel.
yeah,
well,
they travel
baseball
more.
travels a fuck ton too.
Yeah, but like
And
I just feel like
baseball, you
NBA
gotta
has
think-
the reputation.
But baseball, you get 3 or 4 day stints in that town,
yeah.
which that's you can like there. You're like you got multiple girls and multiple.
But that's what I'm
cities.
thinking with NBA. It's like it's like I'm in and out.
Yeah, it's true.
It's probably better that,
Yeah.
that it's in and out. Like, and they only have like what? The game is probably like 2 hours, 2.5 hours max of their day.
3.
3. Well, I'm saying the actual
They
physical
got
game
they
they're
got
playing.
shoot around.
I'm saying where they're actually playing the game, it only takes up probably 2 hours, 2.5 if you get into overtime 3 or whatever. But like a baseball game, they have to be actually physically playing all day. They're probably tired afterwards. Basketball, you can probably get in, still have a little bit of energy, hit the club, get a girl, bring her back, fucking send her an Uber back to her apartment before your flight home in the morning.
I mean, LaDuca said. I think we were on Twitch or something. And someone asked him like, what was the most? I think someone said the over under for like asking him how many people how many girls you've been with on a single I think it was a single like stint. It's like a 3-game like trip, and I think someone said 4, and he just said over.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm not going to say anything on this podcast, but I've partied with LaDuca.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either. Great cat, Paul.
Smoked weed with LaDuca.
We did.
Good guy.
Good guy.
I've been abroad with LaDuca.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Canada.
he's been in Canada with LaDuca.
Certain things are legal there. What's it called? But
And we didn't even get into this. That this same girl also said that Trey Songz peed on her.
yeah, peed on her. That's
Which
And
has
then he was
been-
like basically not letting her leave until he got like more sex out of her. He was like, yeah, he was pretending to drop him. He told me he hung my pocketbook over the railing and I was gonna drop it and break my phone if I tried to leave before he was done. What the
That's-
fuck? that sounds like kidnapping and
Yeah.
imprisonment.
Yeah, that's very.
And they're calling him Trey Kelly. They're like surviving Trey Kelly.
Oh my goodness.
They started putting that on Instagram.
Oh
See, like
my
that, and
God.
Trey Songz came out and denied it. But I've heard stories where Trey Songz is a weirdo with girls.
Well, then we.
I mean, he's peeing on him.
well,
but
they was talking
if
about.
they're into it, like
Well, there was the thing with Keke Palmer that she had basically been like vocal saying that he was like very like. I guess had they been together before?
they've been together, and he was way too.
I
aggressive
guess she
in the
said
bedroom.
he was like way more aggressive than she was like not into like how aggressive he was, and that she like it was like this isn't just like post like reconciliation, like this is her like saying like in the moment I'm like yo like chill, and that he was like super handsy with her even when like she wouldn't really want him to be. So there's been and she's someone who like I don't think she gets nothing out of making that up.
Yeah, 100%.
Like someone like her, like she gets nothing.
Very
out of
well
making that up. I
respected in the
believe her.
media.
Like I definitely like. I just don't think she has a reason to lie about something like that. I really don't. So I mean, Trey Songz kind of has a
checkered past a little bit.
checkered history.
But the way she described getting peed on, it was a little creepy, but also it like
what did she say again?
she was like, he told me to. We
Like
were
it was on
we were
her
hooking up.
lips or something.
No, she told me to lay down in the bathtub and play with myself, so I did. And he started like jerking off while she was doing that, and then he was like continuing to have her play with himself, and then he's like, close your eyes and open your mouth, or something along those lines, and then he just pissed on her.
Imagine thinking you're about to
and he
suck a
got
dick
on her
and you just,
eyelashes.
like-
That's what she said. The pee just like hit her lips.
And she's like,
or
what the
something.
fuck? And he's like, on my face. And she said, on my face. And he said, yeah, you're fine. I guess he just like continued finishing his piss on her. But I don't know what, like, how does
I
that
would
make you
throw
get
up.
off? How does that make you get off? Like, just peeing on a girl.
I mean, it's definitely a weird thing, but the only thing I can imagine is it's like
It's a power thing.
control. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's kind of a weird like a.
I like to kiss like girls. Like, I don't want to like smell like pee-pee when
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
having
facts.
sex.
So
Like,
that's the thing
I
too.
want-
It's like at what point, if you're doing that, I want to know: are you mentally preparing before where you're drinking water so you're hydrated, or are you just like not give a fuck? Like
This
you
is
haveness
a-
had water in 8 hours. and I'm
asparagus,
gonna
asparagus
piss.
the last 3 meals. I know this bitch is coming over. Give me some fucking asparagus.
So
I'm
it's,
gonna chew
this
on the
is a
stalks.
constant decision. Like my girlfriend's coming over, I
Yeah.
need to drink so much water, so I can just
I can just
load
pee on
this
her.
piss on her.
Give her the good pee.
That's super
Yeah,
long.
well,
one.
jet ski's drinking a tub of electrolytes right
Dude, I've
now,
been
so
drinking
watch
electrolytes
out.
every day. I don't know if there's anything wrong with it, but I've been drinking like a Pedialyte every day. We have this Pedialyte, like I guess sponsor in the office, Revitalite. I've been smacking one a day. There might be something that could go wrong with your body if you do that, but I don't think so.
What, drinking a
But
Pedialyte
Pedialyte
every day?
it can't be bad, right?
No, it's just electrolytes.
There's a lot of there's probably a lot
It's
of
like
potassium.
drinking. Let me see it. It's probably like drinking a lot better Gatorade.
It is. Maybe I'll probably get kidney stones. Hopefully not.
That'd be horrible.
That would be fucking terrible. Well, Trey Songz's weird. I want to pivot to a different topic because we've been on this for a little bit. What's it called? Drake's song. We didn't really touch on it that much last week. What did we think of it? Did you guys all take a gander?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's very predictable. Is that fair to say?
I guess so. I really
No, I know. I really like the song, but
laugh now, cry later.
It's just Drake is just so Drake, if that makes sense. This is just a very stereotypical Drake song. Just the way it's put together, the lyrics, just the catchy baby. Just kind of he just has this very strong, unique way of kind of branding. Almost like he just is good. He's good at making the Instagram caption lyrics. He's good at just
haven't
the
you
catch.
got a team of the best writers ever?
That's what I'm saying. It's just very, like I said, it's predictable, but it's I really enjoy.
I want your takeaways on the video. Moreover, I thought
that's what I was going to get into.
Awesome. So Drake,
I love that he trolled Kanye doing that at the Nike headquarters.
I think Drake is the best at
the subtle
turning
troll.
a song into a motion picture with a music video. I love the the In Your Feelings video when they were on roller skates was awesome. The Tootsie Slide video was during quarantine, but shot in his fucking mansion just on an iPhone, and it was cool. And then the God's Plan video was one of my favorite of all time. I think with this, he just knows how to capture the moment with the video. I don't think I agree. The song is nothing crazy. Lyrically or anything, but I think the moment Drake creates with a drop like this and adding all of the cameos, Odell Beckham, KD, he had the Drewski guy in there a bunch who made his basically his video debut. Drewski Too Funny has been popping out all over social media, killing it this quarantine.
Drewski legitimately is the funniest guy on the internet right now,
and he killed it with a Drake cameo.
Very funny.
I really fuck with it. And he also was recreating iconic sports moments. I love the sports aspect of it, the Muhammad Ali thing underwater. I didn't know about that, and I saw someone post it on Twitter. That was so cool how he had these little moments that he was recreating, and then the part with Lil Durk where it's basically NBA draft day.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I think Drake,
and they even kind of wore the bigger suits back in the day with the
zoot suits. Yeah,
I loved it.
Everyone's been saying they wish Lil Durk's verse was longer. I wish it was too. Lil Durk took some shots at 6ix9ine, but I thought the moment itself was great. I mean, the song I'm gonna play, it gets me hype. It's going to be a little end of summer anthem. I don't think it'll be one of Drake's top songs of all time, but I think this video is one of his coolest videos that he's dropped.
For sure. No, and Drake has this Drake is so creative in the way that he almost makes even these subtle
the jet ski scene is so fire.
Yeah,
across the fucking lake
insane. Just right on the water of the Nike headquarters.
That's so sick.
But he has this way of, you ever notice he does such little things that I think you almost have to dissect to realize, for example, I really believe that the reason he put Odell and KD in this video specifically, I think they are almost in a way kind of the Drakes of their sports. And I'll elaborate on that. So a KD, for example, honestly, all three of them, they're all kind of the ones who are Odell probably the least out of these in terms of just success because he's younger. He hasn't won championships, all that kind of thing, but it hasn't become the best player Durant has and how Drake has in rap. But they all are kind of these figures there. They're all the ones who are the most freakish, naturally talented ones. But they're also the ones that all three of them get criticized for just being soft.
Good point. Yeah.
All three of them are the ones.
This is a well thought out take.
All three of them are the kind of they all are like Drake's the GOAT. Everyone loves him.
But
great
he
rapper.
sings. He
but
sings
he's
for the women.
He sings. He's pussy. He's a little soft. KD, mush brain. Little just gets super triggered on just very
has multiple burner accounts.
Just as a head, he's a head case burner account guy. Chirps back at people even though he's fucking Kevin Durant. You don't need to chirp at anyone, guy. You won 3, and like you won 3 championships.
Kevin Durant's an all-time social media guy. Like he tweeted that
or won multiple championships.
He wanted to drink Rihanna's bathwater in like 2013 or something.
Dude, but he chirps at people like to this day. He's talking back. He went on a kid's Instagram or Twitter today. And found his girlfriend's Instagram and liked all her pictures. This is Kevin Durant. Like this dude has won multiple Finals MVPs. Like gonna go down as a top 10 probably scorer of all time in NBA history. One of the best players to ever do it. And he's out here then you got Odell.
And he's chirping kids from Ridgewood, New Jersey.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's chirping kids from like the suburbs of fucking like
Ohio.
He's chirping someone from like fucking like Nebraska. He's like talking shit about like his girlfriend, which is in a way it's hilarious.
And Odell just beats the shit out of fucking kicking.
That's Odell's nets. Odell's Mr. Head Case.
Yeah.
Odell is just like everything gets to this dude. He literally got Josh Norman. I mean, obviously this is a few years ago, but in that one game against Josh Norman had him so out of pocket. Like he had him literally running like trying to like blast his head like that fucking Simpsons meme when the dude just jumps through the window. Like he literally came at Josh Norman like that on a play. Like the play was like about to be over and he just ran at him and just dove headfirst into his head.
What's
like
that
he had
kid's
him
name
out of pocket.
From The Simpsons? So I remember one episode he's like, I put 3 peas in my nose. Like, what the fuck is that kid's name? It's not Ralph, is it? It might be his dad.
I don't know. But yeah, I think now circling back, Drake is like just how calculated is in all these kind of things. Like he obviously is friends with these dudes, but I think he he could have had LeBron in the video. I bet if he actually probably not because LeBron's playing basketball and Kevin Durant's hurt. But still, he's friends with LeBron. He could have had like a LeBron like this. I think which I guess LeBron you kind of could say sort of the same about, but not really.
Now LeBron's not
not to the same level. He's
LeBron's
like
not soft.
like LeBron is not chirping at someone on Twitter. He would never. He sees himself as above it. He's not letting like that get to him. Where someone like Kevin Durant is legitimately like that sensitive.
So do you think Drake purposely casted he's obviously been friends with KD and Odell Beckham for a while. Do you think he purposely cast them because he felt like they were embodying his spirit where has been put down for being soft so much? Or do you think it was just a coincidence?
I think a little bit of both. I think obviously he wants them in it, but I just think he's very calculated in the way he does things.
I 100% agree. Are you excited for the new album, Certified Lover Boy? Of
course.
He'll be dropping at some point before the end of 2020.
Of course. I mean, it's like, how can you not be excited for a Drake project?
It's going to be fire.
Yeah, I mean...
He's been messing around with the auto-tune. We got auto-tune Drake right now. I love it.
Because, I really like the Dark Lane demo tapes.
So did I.
I liked a lot of songs off that.
Did you hear... one of the songs with DJ Khaled was a song, Grease.
Yeah.
And he's pitched up. His vocals are pitched up a little bit.
Well, yeah, he just bit The Weeknd.
A lot of reverb on
it. He literally
he
just sounds like he's trying to be The Weeknd, exactly.
I know. It's pretty sick, though.
Yeah, no, I fuck with it.
It's fucking sick. Everything Drake
No, I
does
like
is
the
sick.
song. And I'm someone, I say that, but that's not going to stop me from listening to it a bunch. I don't take it personally. I'm just stating what I think is a fact.
Drake's a fantastic actor. He's a great entertainer. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, no, I don't see because he doesn't let people saying that that doesn't matter that.
Yeah,
that shouldn't matter. It's whatever. He's just making music. People get so sensitive about that kind of thing. Just being he bit his swag, whatever. He's copying his flow. Everyone copies everyone's fucking flow.
That's the beauty of it. You want that, I think.
I'm just I'm not gonna get up in arms about it. I don't take it personal.
You know who else is dropping an album? An actual full-length rap album, apparently?
Who?
Big Body Bez.
Hey.
Action Bronson's right-hand man, who I think
the legend.
Very much. I mean, Ev looks like Action. Ev also looks like Big Body. Big Body's dropping a rap album right now.
Big Body's a legend, man. He's literally, it was so, because I need to listen to his No Jumper.
Yeah, I listened to it. It was fantastic.
Cool. This man literally, it was so, I listened to some of it. I need to listen to the whole thing. He honestly, how he is on that No Jumper interview, that is exactly how he is on Fuck That's Delicious. Mm-hmm. This man has never told a lie in his life. He speaks the realest shit you'll ever hear in your life. Honestly, the shit he said that really got me. My boy Hames sent this to me. Shout out Hames. I think we're just a group of friends. We've just been friends for a long ass time, and we're just very ride or die with each other. And at one point, he was like, "Where's the loyalty?" That he's like he could be wrong to everyone, but he right to me.
Yeah,
and that hit me square in my. I was like, "Yo, that is the." I was like, "You want someone like in your foxhole with you? Like that's your guy." He said, "Like everyone else in the world could tell you you're wrong." He's like, "To me, you're right." And I was like, "That is the realest shit I've ever heard."
He said a lot of it might be like some songs would be like spoken word. I didn't know he's like an actual rapper. I thought.
He raps. Yeah.
So he's dropping an album that's coming out. So everyone, I don't know if anybody in here has like heard much of his rapping. 'Cause I think the majority of his rapping, like where he's been on like other songs, is typically or on anyone's song is usually on actions on like one cut off an album and stuff. So he's putting on his own shit, which is cool.
So anyone who's not familiar, I'm telling you, watch Fuck That's Delicious. Big Body will be your favorite on like obviously Action's the fucking man, but I'm telling you, Big Body will be your favorite on the show. But like the shit he says is so funny. He is so quick, and the thing is, he's so funny because he's not even trying to be funny, and he's funny.
He's just being himself.
Like just completely himself.
Very New York.
Hilarious. The most New York dude you'll ever meet. The most New York dude you'll ever meet in your life.
Can I pivot to this "What's Poppin" Teacher remix?
Please.
So, I haven't listened to the song yet, but there was something that went a little viral, and these teachers in Georgia remixed "What's Poppin" and it has something to. I guess it's all about school. So I think it'd be funny, but we're gonna give it a live review. It's called "What's Poppin" Back to School Teacher Edition by the Overstreet Media Services, or maybe that's who just fucking. What's it called? Uploaded it.
What's poppin'? Miss Evans on the beat, so tap in. You got options, but you better pass my class, no flopping.
Woo.
Gonna log in every day, every morning I'm watching. Yeah,
She's spitting.
and you know it's up, so we about to take it up a notch. My role was the best, no preparing. We had to top out, you know, daring. CTAE about arts and sports. Man, I want it all to myself, no sharing. COVID-19 had a stress, but it's nothing. We gon' overcome that space, no bluffing. Wear your mask, wash your hands, keep safe. This is 'cause I really thought that a pandemic said so.
She's over rapping. That's my first take. You should rhyme half of that, but she can spit for sure. They're talking about like class from home, but they're all in the school dancing. That's it.
I mean, I think you're being a little too critical of her.
There's one more girl. There's one more girl.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Oh
wait, there's more. Verse 2. She's way harder.
The teachable, I am unreachable. Ooh.
Yeah, she's fire. That go, that green, that go, that green. Miss Williams way better than Miss Evans. Shout out Miss Williams and Miss Evans, but Miss Williams is way better. She's the second one.
Yeah, she snapped. That was
the first lady was rapping way too, like over rapping too much, which is what a lot of these fucking like that kid Token. There's always like a white rapper that raps way too fast and just too many syllables, and that kid Token is kind of like what that other lady did. She actually sounded better than him though.
I mean,
Miss Williams, though, second lady, got in that fucking pocket.
I think you're critical, but these are real teachers. Like, they're actually genuine, like, school teachers.
Did you see that I don't know if that's them, but he was on Good Morning America. I don't know if you saw his story this morning, and he surprised those two teachers.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Shout
on
out
his,
to boy Jack
it's on his story this
That
morning.
interview was great that we had with you right before you got famous, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be an episode of 808s if we didn't mention it?
Yeah.
We fucking blew it. We literally...
Well, if he ever comes back in here,
We'll
Jack,
get
we
him.
want to talk to you because I feel like we would hit it off with Jack.
We'll get him. We'll get him back. It'll be all right. Probably not, but... Nah, we'll get him back.
Nah, we won't. Maybe. Yo. So we talked about it before the show. I thought this was fake when I first saw it. There's something weird going on in North Korea. When is there not? I don't know what the deal is with their COVID situation, but apparently the country's still fucking starving. And Kim Jong-un has basically made like a government guess, decree that anybody who has a pet dog needs to come return it to like the government, so the government can euthanize them, and then donate them to like the restaurant industry. I guess it's a government, like the restaurant industry is just controlled by, or like the grocery industry is controlled by the government. So they just donated it so people could have dog meat to fucking eat. It's basically like a law. You cannot have a pet dog right now, and that's very common in North Korea, and I don't know if it's just that entire area, but that people eat dog. Like, I know it's as like a fucking not Japanese, an Asian stereotype. Like, the people used to say that, like, it's a fucked up, like, racist thing to say. But it is in parts of the world, like, very normal that people eat dogs. And they're making people, like, give back their pets so other people can eat them. How would you feel about this?
I would throw hands.
You would throw hands? But they don't look at it like that. So they don't look at a dog as, like, only if you're wealthy and high in society do you have a pet dog. Other than that, like, everyone thinks a dog's food.
Yeah, I'd throw hands.
It's disgusting country, disgusting place that they would just take these innocent, lovely creatures.
There's so many other things you can eat. I don't
That's
give a
what-
fuck
that's
if
what I'm
it's.
saying.
I don't
Why
give
are-
a. I
why
don't
are-
give a fuck that it's fucking cultural. There are so many
But
fucking. Go fucking pick an apple off a tree for God's sake.
But if they're starving, and the people are starving, they don't have like the proper industry to have a cattle industry or something like that. And dogs like can survive, and like stray dogs, or like if they're around, like they kind of just survive. You don't really need to tend to them that much. If your people are starving, I guess it kind of makes sense. They need meat.
For the people, I say, if they die,
They die.
they die.
Let's unwrap this and be completely like remove ourselves from the fact that we love dogs. What do you
can't.
think is the best dog to eat?
I'm not answering that.
Why can't you answer that?
That's
That's not a fucked up. That's not a fucked up question at all. We're removing
The first
ourselves.
thing I'm not gonna lie. First thing that
I'm
popped in my
removing
head.
myself from
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna say-
Colin, for being an adult and engaging in discourse.
The first dog that popped in my head would be a golden retriever.
No, that's so mean. That's so mean.
Oh, now it's mean.
But I don't even think that's right. I think you would
Or
want
like a Rottweiler.
A Rottweiler
Yeah,
that has
give
some
me
good
some
meat.
on
I
the.
don't know
I
if
think
I
a
want to be.
Rottweiler.
I don't know if I want to be a part of this. This is,
Why?
we're talking about eating Rottweilers.
Just think of
This
it
is crazy.
completely from like an anthropological
Like
standpoint.
I'm stuck
like a
on
biological
I'm
standpoint.
stuck on an island with just like a bunch
What
of dogs.
kind of dog would
What
give you the
dog do I
most
have to
like
eat?
sustenance and energy and have like the highest quality meat? Would it be like
I'm choosing not to answer.
like a greyhound? Because
No,
very
Greyhound
lean
has
meat.
no meat.
It'd be like jerky.
I'm choosing not to answer. If I was going to answer, Pitbull popped in my mind.
Pitbull,
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna
Pitbull, Rottweiler, maybe like a English bulldog.
Some pitbull bacon.
Like, see, now you're making it real. You just took something that was hypothetical and
Ooh,
something
I
crazy
bet those
that's
ears are
happening.
delicious.
Ears? Yeah, you have a pig's
Like
ear?
a pig ear? Oh
Ooh.
yeah, dogs love pig ear. Yeah, dog ears. Ooh.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't eat a dog.
I didn't even grow up with a dog. I didn't even have a dog growing up.
I grew up with dogs. Like many. I had like
Yeah.
5 dogs.
Same.
I
I even
never
had my
ate them
dog
all.
in college with me.
I never had a dog my whole life. I don't feel they should be eaten. Not.
Yeah, I don't feel they should
Neither
be
do I.
eaten,
But I think it's just interesting that that's like an option they kind of they need to go down to feed their people.
yeah, I mean, I've seen some fucked up stuff where they have like these festivals that they just like literally kill 1 million dogs, and it's like, why?
Because they look at them as food. They look at them how we look at like chickens.
It's just not even close comparison.
Well,
A chicken won't love you.
I
A
know,
dog
but I'm
will
saying
love
they
you.
don't look at like dogs. In
No,
at
I
least in
know,
North
I
Korea,
know, I
guess they
get
don't look
it.
at dogs like that. They're
It's
just like,
just-
well, he's like, I could play fetch with you, but I also will fry that ass on the grill.
I'm just not a fan of this kind of talk. I'm not a fan of this.
It's not promoting it if we talk about it. It's a thing that's going on. You're
just,
journalists,
I
Evan.
don't like that you're talking about eating dogs with a smile on your face.
I'm
sorry.
not smiling.
You
I'm
have-
high.
You
That's why I'm
couldn't be.
smiling.
You couldn't be smiling anymore.
Because I think it's funny to like think of, not funny, like to be like, what dog tastes the best? Like that's I think that's funny. Because I know we would never eat it, but it's like a
Like I
question.
s- like I
we
said,
think
I
about
would-
like different types of different cuts of steak like taste different, like or different animals like chicken tastes different than fucking turkey. Like what dog is the chicken? Because I want to eat that one over the turkey dog.
I don't know. We'd have to ask. Maybe we'll get like a North Korean person on the pod.
Yeah,
If someone in
everyone in
North
North
Korea,
Korea.
I'll have to look at the demographic on the site again. If anyone's listening in North Korea, tweet at us, DM us, let us know which dog is
How
the best.
they don't have the internet. They
Oh,
can't listen.
God.
There's no way anyone's listening.
Do
to
they
it.
literally
Well, if
have-
you're somehow illegally streaming this, tweet at us, DM us, let us know.
Their internet allows you to like watch soccer and also Kim Jong Un's Twitch. And that's it.
Huh.
He streams fucking Balloons Tower Defense 3.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke and Juice WRLD's posthumous platinum. I just fucked that up. Damn it. Pop Smoke and Juice WRLD's posthumous albums. Humanist albums. I said this wrong every time. Both went platinum this week. Legends never die, and reach for the stars, aim for the moon. Shout out our fallen
Shout out.
idols.
It's a shame, dude.
But shout out them
Still makes
for
me sad.
making art that outlasted them and was actually great.
Phenomenal.
Do we want to get into the slaps of the week?
Yee.
Yeah,
Oh, before we do that, I just want
slap.
to say fuck these YouTube ads, because YouTube has been sneaking in 2 ads now when you watch a video, and they didn't even ask us about it, and they just started doing it. But we're just gonna allow it. YouTube's gonna have full-on commercials in 4 years. Anyway,
Basically,
They already do.
They're gonna drop commercials on you.
you know what I'm
Basically,
saying? Like you'll watch 10 minutes of ads before you watch.
they,
it.
they basically say straight up, like, we're gonna drop ads on you. If you don't like it, fucking do something about it.
Do something. Do
And
something.
guess
The worst
And
is
guess what you're gonna do about it? Not a
Nothing.
damn thing.
yeah. The worst is because there's normally the like 5 seconds you can skip this. It's like when it'll be like this video will play after the ad, and it's like you motherfucker.
Don't make me bring the. Where's
Alright.
the gabba-go? Okay, sorry.
Slappies.
Yeah,
I'll start it off.
Yeah, you go. Colin.
I'm gonna go with Earthquake by Tyler the Creator.
What an F earthquake.
Yep. Or put an F on that.
Put an F on that.
You mean
man.
my earthquake?
Earthquake. Mine is Young Dolph's new album, Rich Slave. Shout out. It's Dolph. Dolph's been in here.
Dolph.
We didn't interview him, but I looked at him and said, Dolph! And he looked at me. He was like, yeah.
That's like Tommy Smokes. Wow, Waka.
Oh, Waka. Waka, how are we? My favorite song off it so far is I See Money. Oh, it's I See Dollars. But I See Money sign. Yes.
She see money all around me.
He has a dope song with Megan Thee Stallion too. So check that out. Young Dolph, Rich Slave.
Okay, I'm gonna go with, you know what? Since actually I just saw this today. This just popped in my head. We don't have to get into it, but that Kodak's lawyer, like agent or whatever, said that he is dropping an album soon. So I'm gonna go with Testimony by Kodak Black. A song a song and album, but this song was the leadoff song. Drake texted him or like DM'd him and thought it was such amazing music. Like he was like, what hit him up? It was like, what place did you get to in your life? Like where, like how like deep did you get to like write this? Because honestly, as much as people want to rip on Kodak Black,
He's awesome.
he
I think
really
he's
good. Yo,
fantastic.
this
He's one of his
song,
music.
Testimony, great song. Check it out.
I wonder how much say he has into what songs are going to be put on it, because he's still in jail, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time in jail.
Hopefully there's been like talking to managers and the label to figure out what's going on. I feel like it's probably not the case, but we'll see.
I'm sure he'll have a pretty strong stranglehold on at least like saying what he wants.
Like if his occupation is music, like obviously jail you can't make music, but do they allow him to do anything for his career from behind bars? Like can he?
You got to do like the 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, the razor blade on the wall.
Yeah, but he has access to computers and shit. Like can he? I don't know. Even
Well, his team's got to be able to work for him and make money. To an
I know. I'm
extent.
just wondering how much they handcuff him. Where like is he allowed to like write music on a computer or something, or like try to make his like album art? I don't know. Because there's a guy in Jamaica. He's like the king of like dancehall. I forgot his fucking name, but they allow him to record from jail. Zah knows all about him. I gotta get this guy's fucking name. It's not Beanie Man. I can't. I'll have to say it next week. I'll touch back if anyone cares. Probably not, but I'm gonna say who it is. I'll figure out who it is. But there's this guy, and he's like a big Jamaican artist. They let him record in jail. So I wonder if there's ever a scenario where people in American jail will be able to do that. I imagine no, though.
I would think so. Yeah.
Probably not.
What?
Probably not. That I don't think anybody in American jail is gonna.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I would think so. Like, no, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would.
Well, it was a great journey we've had from OnlyFans to YouTube ads. Kind of rhymes.
No, it doesn't.
Dads.
OnlyFans, YouTube ads.
By definition, it doesn't
YouTube
rhyme.
ads.
Fans and ads.
It doesn't phonetically no, but if you have sauce like me, you can make it rhyme.
No. Yeah, that's true.
But you just said it, and I said it.
I mean,
didn't
once
have
T-Pain.
rhyme.
Yeah, but you said it different than me.
I mean, once T-Pain rhymed Mansion with Wisconsin,
Wisconsin?
yeah.
Yeah.
You can rhyme anything if you're good enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Only
That was when he.
YouTube ads. It kind of
You can make it work.
yeah.
Right flavor.
Right flavor. A little Presidente flavor on it. We got. There's just mad beers over here.
Yeah, hella
Presidente
beers. Hella
beers.
Presidente beers.
Shout out El Presidente. Hopefully he doesn't have COVID.
Yeah, fucking.
Not looking great.
Still here.
Still here.
Yeah, he's alive. He's good.
He's
I
good.
mean, he was on the stream today. He's kicking. I'm sure. Regardless, he'll be all
He'll
right.
pull through. We got faith.
Thanks for listening. God bless.
God bless.
Follow 808 Smoke Breaks, Twitter, Instagram. We love you.
If you've ever ate dog, also DM me and tell me how it was.
Yes. And which one's the best?
Yeah, which
Oh,
was
God.
amazing. Bye.
Bye.